1 minute late, but close enough.
Oh, snap. You know what that means. We gotta tweet it.
Oh, yeah, tweet. We got Twitter.
Tweet it. Just tweet it. Sorry.
Are you the next Al Yankovic?
Yeah, I know.
They should redo that song with Just Tweet It.
Just tweet it.
Oh, I just realized the desktop isn't showing. Of course, OBS. I blame OBS for everything. Okay. How come my desktop is not showing?
Yeah, I the fact that I because they.
You're also going robotic. Sorry, I couldn't hear what you just said. Alright, let me make sure everything is good to go. Okay. So I'm going to try to add display capture.
Hello from Malaysia, guys. Hi, Malaysia, guys. That was so bad. I'm sorry. That wasn't even good. Dude, are we matching on purpose?
Maybe. No. This was just the random shirt I picked.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, I'm just gonna window capture it. Hopefully that works. Window capture.
Window capture weekly.
Yeah. I gotta capture Firefox. Where's Firefox?
What up, chat?
There you go. That works.
My thing doesn't. Hello from Hawaii. Nice hair, Lee from Malaysia, guys. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what my hair looks like.
It does look longer.
Have time.
When's the last time you cut it?
Actually, I got it trimmed last. My wife does my hair.
Lucky, man. That's saved you so much money. Because I get a haircut about once a month, and...
How much you paid? Like 20 bucks?
Yeah, about. Because you got a tip and stuff. I mean, the lady's really nice. I've been going to her for a lot of, like, many years, so... yeah. 20 bucks, though. That adds up.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But
Come on, did you know how much RAM you could buy with all the haircuts you got?
I know. And you get that head massage with the shampoo and...
Cool.
Where they rinse your head.
I bet your girlfriend would do that for 20 bucks, and then she'd be much happier.
That's true. But she can't cut my hair, though. It would look like garbage.
Dude, the fade is not easy.
No, the fade, yeah.
Doing the fade,
yeah.
We decided to practice a little bit more. Oh, man. What up, chat? Let us know how your day was. Good to see you all. Good to see you guys before the stream starts, too. We're in here laughing as we struggle to get the stream live.
Yeah, but we got it before the 5-minute grace period, so it's all good.
The 5-minute grace period.
Man, OBS, they just had a recent update, and I can't believe they still haven't fixed all these issues of, like, windows and screens not popping up. Like, I don't get why this is still a problem.
No, I totally agree. I'm guessing what it is that there's really just so many variables that the program finds it hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah. I mean...
Because I give them that.
I'm not a programmer, so I can't complain. Like, some of these things are probably really hard. Kind of like how when someone's like, why can't you just do this in a computer case? Like, from an engineering standpoint, I'm probably like, and manufacturing is like, yeah, there's probably a lot of considerations that goes into it that you don't think about.
You could program. You could program.
Yeah, I can write, like, a basic for loop and maybe some other stuff, but not that much.
Dude, the world is built on for loops.
Just a whole bunch of complex, like, intertwined ones and...
Yep.
And if-else statements.
Because history repeats itself.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What was I thinking? You just pointed out something. Oh, yeah. Like how everyone thinks that what you do is easier than it is. So they're like, yeah, this will take you like 20 minutes, right? And you're like,
it doesn't.
No. It's going to take a lot longer than that.
Yeah. Which might be a topic that we may talk about later on. I bet that can weave into the whole Amazon key thing.
Oh no. Let's see.
Ready to get started?
Let's do it.
All right.
I get upset whenever his is not. Whenever you're not in a green shirt, people get upset, Danny.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, let me get the lighting better. Gonna make it bright. Oh, that's too much. Man.
Oh. Okay, so wait. Are we starting?
Yeah, let me get one more second to get this lighting good or better. There
While
we
you're
go.
getting adjusted, I'm just gonna bring up what happened just before stream.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so my boss and I were just joking around. My friend and I were he and I have a long history of playing like Rocket League together.
Mm-hmm.
And so as of right now, here, let's see if I can show you. I need to put this on Twitter. I haven't yet, but this is like my temporary rig. It's literally built on my test bench.
Yep.
And actually, it's surprising because I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to downgrade because of my dual Xeons. But like with most applications other than rendering, I can't tell.
Yeah.
Because like they were so low clocked. But we're playing and I'm like, it's the full system that was Gladiator minus the RAM and the CPUs and the motherboard. So I'm just thinking in my head like, the only thing that's wrong with this right now is that my CPU cooler didn't fit on my CPU, so it's just sitting on top.
Yeah.
So I warned him, I'm like, if I just randomly shut down because the CPU overheats, because the thing falls off or slides off, because sometimes the thermal paste gets like a little warm and it starts to slide.
Yeah, it does. It slips around.
So like we're a couple rounds in and we are like, all right, this is going to be the last one. So the last game we're in, just like randomly, right as it's counting down, 3, 2, 1, we hear. He's like, what the heck is going on? He's like, are you blending an iPhone or something? And I look over and I'm like, no, it's just what I said, the CPU cooler. I look over, CPU cooler is perfectly fine. So I'm frantically looking around because it literally sounds like something was getting chopped up.
Yeah.
The power supply fan.
Something got into it?
I don't know. I looked inside, I couldn't see anything. So I'm like, man, it must be something with these units because this is the unit that I just replaced.
Wait, the one from that EVGA sent you a brand new one?
Yeah. So it's the 750BQ. It's the semi-modular one. And so I was just like, all right, I gotta go. So like the beginning first 5 minutes of the round or minute of the round, I shut my power supply off. So it was crazy. I've never had that happen. It sounded like my wife came in. She's like, everything okay? I'm like, yeah, that was my power supply. She's like, it's not supposed to do that. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not.
You mean you weren't just like, oh, give me 1 second. All right, guys, this is my power supply right now. I don't know what's going on, but this is going to be a perfect vlog episode.
I looked over to the power supply. I was like, hey, is it cool if I record this?
Yeah. I can't say I've experienced any, like, being in the room when that has happened with the power supply, except for when my test bench, it gets really messy with cables and stuff, where I've had a cable accidentally got, like, pushed into it, so the fan's hitting it. But that's not the worst thing in the world.
But that would give me so much closure because now I'm like, am I have to RA this thing?
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong.
So you're gonna test it a bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it.
Okay.
I was like, I need to get up before the stream.
Okay.
So sorry guys, that was a random story, but that was crazy. Just if you ever see your power supply do that, because I'm thinking like, let's see if I can shake it, get it to stop. But I'm like, if this thing decides to blow up, it will be in my hands. Power supplies are a dangerous thing. It only took one Gamers Nexus video to convince me of that.
Yeah. At least with an EVGA one though, they probably have more fail safes than like other ones. That it should hopefully doesn't blow up in your hand.
Right, and also with it being EVGA, I'm 100% confident that I'll get a replacement.
Yep.
For, you know, because the warranty is not even close to being up.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry guys, that was random, but warning.
All right. Let's do this. Hey, what's up, everyone? Danny and Lee here.
Welcome back to Windows Shop Weekly, the place you can go for some dirt cheap tech, and we've actually had some good deals lately, so I'm happy.
Yeah, pretty good deals, especially last time. A couple of people bought some stuff from what we were looking through, so that was awesome. Yeah. But before we get into anything, Lee, how have you been for the last week or so?
Been good, man. Just grinding. Just trying to stay, stay afloat. I've been tweeting a lot this week, seeing lots of action on Twitter, which I'm sure we'll get to later.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming out. AMD made an announcement that I thought was pretty cool. Well, I mean, that's kind of like a teaser, if anything. Also, Thor Ragnarok trailer, I think, released too. That looked pretty awesome. So, lots to do, little time. How about you, man?
Everything's been good. Same, worky, YouTubey, all that good stuff.
Oh
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Destiny 2 is out, which came out yesterday, and I thought I wasn't gonna play it. Like I didn't pre-order, I didn't do anything, and then it came out. All my friends, like all my LAN party friends, you know, the ones in the video, my friends for like years in high school, they're all jumping on that hype train. So I got it on release, and I started playing it, but I justified it by saying this is gonna be like the hot game to benchmark. So I was like, you know, I could play it, I could benchmark it.
Yeah.
So that's how I justified it, and anything in my opinion that is a part of the Blizzard Battle.net launcher, those are all. It's just like gonna be good, which this is included. So that was my justification because it was pretty pricey, man. I got it on Green Man Gaming, which was a little bit. It was 54 instead of 60, but still, I haven't bought a new game like that for a while, I feel.
I did the same with Overwatch.
Yeah.
I'd never bought a game that expensive at, like... I didn't buy it too close to launch. I bought it a little after, but it was soon enough where I was like, I would have never done this. But yeah, you're right. It's crazy how Blizzard, like, they just have the science down. Like, everything they release is gold.
Yeah. And, I mean, the game is so gorgeous. Like, I also... don't really play first-person shooters because I'm sure like Battlefield and stuff had good graphics, but this is my first time going because open world games they tend to not have as good as graphics just because of how big the world is and how much you can load and stuff like that. But because this isn't open world, the graphics are so good, and I haven't seen graphics this good for a long time just due to not playing AAA titles on release. So
right.
And Overwatch, you know, that's not really a beautiful game in that regard. It's kind of cartoony graphics, so it's kind of different.
It's cool in its own way.
Yeah.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
But yeah, that is about it. Probably gonna be playing Destiny for a while, and benchmarks from here on out are gonna have it. So, yeah. Everyone else though, let us know how you're doing. Whether you're watching currently or after the fact. You can also read the chat if you're watching after the fact now to know what's going on so that you're not completely lost. But, yeah.
There you go. Hi, viewers watching after. I could have said it after, but I'd said it while you were making your statement, so makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see. What should we do first?
Dude. It's ripe for the picking. We could always point out EVGA. They're having their weekly sale.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone knows.
EVGA, which would be part of, let's see, EVGA B stock. I'm not sure if anyone's looking for power supplies or graphics cards at the moment, but if you are, always check out EVGA B stock on Wednesdays. That's when they have the lowest prices. And for the most part, what I've seen is the 1050 Ti. It's gonna go for 120. I'll show it right here in cart. So that's going for 120, instant rebate, so you don't have to fill anything out. And I think it'll be free shipping. Yep, free shipping right here. So if you guys are interested, I hear that sigh, Lee.
It's such a hard call because it falls in the performance bracket that it's like it's an insanely good deal, but it wouldn't meet my needs. That's the tough. Yeah. That's the tough one there.
Yeah. But the other thing would be the 600 watt power supply, which I'm not sure if those are still going for 600 watt. Is it 20? Oh, it's back down to 20. Nice. So
and free shipping, which is the huge thing.
I don't know if this one's free shipping though. It doesn't say it here. They might have changed it.
Oh no.
So
maybe they kept selling out.
Yeah, so I think they used to do $20 free shipping. Then I think they changed to $30 free shipping. But now it seems like they're going with $20 not free shipping. So I think it's still a pretty good deal, though.
You know what I noticed too? Like, do they still call it the Midweek Madness B stock thing?
Oh, I don't know. I don't get emails for it. I don't think sales Midweek Madness. It is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, there it is. What was the? Was that just at the top of the screen?
Yeah, it's at the very top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday, new deals. Yeah.
That makes it a little different because the shipping, depending on where you are, could be really bad. Like for me, it's 30. It was like $35 to have my 1060 shipped.
Ooh, yeah, that would be.
So I just didn't get it.
So definitely go check it out. Add it to your cart and see how much it is, like total. Don't just look at the sticker price because that's not all encompassing.
Well, at least we can say the 600 watt or the 1050 Ti is still a good deal.
Oh yeah, like I would, if I needed it in a pinch, I would grab it right away. I highly recommended. Everything else though, not so much. Like, remember we were finding 980 Ti's for like 320, 350 on hardware swap, but they're going for 500 here, so not the best. Oh wait, you can't see. I'm so sorry, guys. Because the window is now cut off. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah, let me make it the correct size so that you can see everything when I'm pointing and clicking at stuff. Okay.
So what? Why do these companies still sell these like terrible cards? Is it just because people will be like, I only have $20. What can I buy?
Oh, you talking about like these really bad ones at the very top, like the old,
yeah, like the old
bad ones. Yeah, like this GT610, which is like an ongoing joke in your Discord. Why do they sell it? Because probably there are people who aren't well versed in computers that will buy it, and they have to get rid of the stock somehow.
That's true. That is true. They should just make a mining rig with all GeForce 8400 GS.
Yeah. I mean, there is some benefit to getting these, right? For the HDMI or DVI output. Like,
right.
For people who have office computers, even though we think it's the worst deal ever, because we say just spend more for the gaming capability, but there are offices and workstations that could use these.
Right. Well, and 4K video streaming too is pretty taxing.
Yeah. So having some graphics card is better than integrated.
Because I was gonna say you can also actually buy a USB to output adapter, like a USB to HDMI.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't even need, but it's gonna cost you the same price as a cheap graphics card. So.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's about it. I'm gonna link it one more time for people who just came into the chat, because I know people are still rolling in, looking at the count, the viewer count. But yeah.
Count.
Okay. So that was EVGA. Slick Deals.
Or EVGA, as I've heard
EVGA.
it called. EVGA.
Like, seriously? Or they were clearly...
No, they were like legit, like, yeah, this is the EVGA power supply. And I was like, did that just happen?
Uh-huh.
If you're in here, you know who you are. Oh, man. Alright, Slick Deals. Don't let me down. If you ever download the Slick Deals app, first thing you gotta do is disable front page deals, because they'll just spam your phone all day.
Notifications all day, and you're gonna want to buy all of it. Mini fridge, man. I used to have one of these in my room. It was so nice.
You know how disappointed I was when you said it was a mini fridge and not a fractal case?
Well, you could probably build... Linus did that. He built a computer in it, so you can do it multi-purpose. As a computer case and a couple of sodas.
Didn't he determine that it did not work?
I think so. It's a pretty old video. I watched it a while back. I would have to refresh my memory.
That was a good video. That was one of those old studio videos.
Yeah.
I think. He had like a garage he was doing all his testing in. That's fantastic.
Yep. The only thing about these is that if they don't have a separated freezer compartment, they get that defrost thing, and it's really annoying to deal with. Where like it just builds up chunks of ice, so you have to empty it every once in a while and clean out the ice. And then your frozen stuff's just sitting out for like an hour or two and defrosting, so just, you know. So it's like so not tech related, but could save someone some time or money.
But who doesn't want a mini fridge? That's like a sick Battle Station edition that's just like so premium that most people don't do it.
Oh yeah.
Battle stations with mini fridges, let it be known, it actually increases your FPS in games.
It decreases your downtime because you don't ever have to, you ever run for a drink while you're like queuing up and then hope you make it back in time.
Yep.
Yeah. Toasty Bro's got a mini fridge.
Now we need Battle Station porta potties, and you literally would never have to leave.
Or you can call your
Battle
mom
station
into the
bedpans.
room with a bedpan, like in South Park.
Like Cartman.
Yep.
Ma'am, bathroom!
Yep.
Bathroom! Roswell. Roswell? How do you say that? Roswell?
Roseville, where? They have something?
If you scroll down, which ironically enough, I brought up the fractal case because that thing looked like one, and there's one on the front page.
I'm not seeing it. Roseville.
You don't see it?
No, I see Roseville HDMI cables.
There it is. That's all I was gonna say. Sorry, I brought up two things at once. The Roswell thing was that HDMI cable.
Yeah, for free.
This is free.
Okay, wait. So we gotta bring up that question again. Would you bother filling out a $9 rebate or find an HDMI cable for like $3 or $4? Do Chinese sellers and just pay, Vipon and just pay it and not deal with the rebate to get like an in-between price. In this particular instance, what would you do?
Personally, I would do Vipon because you get like a pack of 4 for like $4.
Yeah, so it's not free, but it's more convenient.
Exactly.
In terms of not dealing with the rebate and waiting 2 months for your money to come.
Yeah, exactly. No. But if for some reason you were like, I don't have any money to spend until 2 months from now, I don't even know how that would work.
Yeah.
No way you're justifying.
Would be stretching it, like, yeah.
Well, but if you want to take it this way, say you don't really need it, but you know you're eventually going to need it, and you're not necessarily tight on cash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why not? It's like people who do extreme couponing.
Mm-hmm.
You put in the hard work, yes, but at the end of the day, you save a ton of money.
I don't really coupon much. Do you?
Digital coupon.
Okay, but not like at the grocery store.
Right.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't, but I've seen, those extreme people that make it to the TV or like news segments, and they have the little Pokemon the trading card plastic sleeves, except instead they put their coupons in there and they have binders full. I'm just like amazed at how organized they are.
And sometimes they literally, I've seen people on extreme couponers who have so many coupons, the store actually pays them money.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that one. It's like she came out with a positive with the whole like grocery cart full of stuff. It's crazy.
Well, that actually brings up a good point, tech related.
Yeah.
Most stores, it takes extra work, but they'll price match. So you could technically, let's say you really want this graphics card, but it's completely out of stock on your favorite website.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually bring that to your Best Buy or even a Walmart. And if they have it, which, what's the likelihood to have it? But if they happen to have it,
they're starting to have it now. Like Walmart selling graphics cards, I've seen it on Slick Deals or and building PC sales. It's just not in store. It'll be like on their website. But you talk to an associate, they'll get it ordered for you, and they can probably price match.
Wow, that'd be awesome. Because I haven't checked their hardware section at Walmart in years.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think almost every store I can think of now price matches.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like Target, Walmart, Best Buy, all of them. Yeah, here we go.
Well, let me take that a step further. Not only do these stores price match, they also accept coupons from any of their competitors.
Mm-hmm.
So
I didn't know that part.
So I could bring a bunch of Publix coupons to Walmart. Well, Walmart is obviously the best. They will literally like take anything. You can give them a piece of paper signed by your lawn service, and they'll be like, "Oh, this must be a coupon." And I'm not exaggerating. People can get away with so much at Walmart, but then Publix, well, they'll take some. All the places will take other people's coupons usually, but depending on how, like Publix is gonna accept grocery store coupons, not like Best Buy. Well, I don't know if you did. Anyways, so.
Okay. Well, so Gerard brought up a good point, which I was unaware of, was that Walmart is stopping price matching. So I need to look more into this. I price matched at Walmart a few times. It doesn't look like it's gonna be all stores, but still.
Wow, that kind of stinks.
Yeah, it does, because that's kind of one thing they had going for them. Because other than that, I usually don't like going to Walmart. Around here, anyways. I don't know if there's nicer Walmarts like elsewhere in the States.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah. Let's see.
It stinks that you didn't see the fractal case on there because it literally looks just like the the fridge.
I've seen fractal case. Is it this one?
It's probably that one. It looks like the fridge, just in a different orientation.
I mean, if it's one of the this one right here, yeah, for 30
for
bucks.
For a while, like
or 60 rather.
You know what? My good friend has one of the fractal cases. Those things are heavy. We call his PC the tank because it's literally like 50 pounds plus. Like case alone, it seems like.
Is it not because of tempered glass or anything, right? Is it just because it's
No, this is before
steel?
tempered glass was a thing.
It's mostly steel construction and just like thicker panels and stuff. What
was the old Linus ad? With their Scandinavian design and... throwback. Do you think that covers front page pretty well?
I think that does, yeah.
Want to check the computer parts section?
Yeah. Let's do that before we go to talk about Amazon Key. Let's see. Computer parts.
Whoa. USB headset and mic for free. Hey, a 620 watt Seasonic power supply for 32 bucks.
Oh, snapped. I got... there it is.
There it is. That's insane, bro. 620 watt.
Is it $20 rebate? How much is the rebate? I think it is $15 rebate. Not bad. Okay.
And there's a code, or is that code do it?
How are we doing?
With code EMCBRCF.
Yeah, with $3 more off.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's right there under the product. Whoops. I was still looking at the listing. I mean, I don't care if it's modular or anything. Seasonic, you got me.
Yeah, I'm curious what the warranty is. Let's check that out real quick before we jump off of this, because it should be 5 years. Warranty, 5 years. Bam.
Wow.
Seasonic has some that are 10 years, and I'm like, yes, please. I will spend double the amount for a power supply if it has a 10-year warranty. You don't have to, like, yeah. I don't even know what computers are going to be like in 10 years, so...
Okay, random poll. Random poll for the chat. Chat. Would you be okay if for every video for the rest of his life, Nerd on a Budget, Danny himself, built every system with the same power supply because it had a 10-year budget or a 10-year warranty, and there was no reason to replace it?
Yeah.
Would you guys be annoyed if he used the same power supply for every build?
Dude, 620 watt, you're going to cover almost every build, and I never do SLI with like the top end 1080 Ti's. No crazy stuff like that. Yeah.
David the Nerd said that'd be kind of cool, to be honest. Thanks for replying, chat. It's awesome to see you guys active on there.
A couple of people said they'll be annoyed, but most of the people say nah. I think for the power supply, I don't think that is what sets apart build videos, right? Like people if you kept the GPU or CPU the same, then yeah, because that just makes it not interesting in terms of benchmarks and in terms of everything else. But power supply, you could throw anything in there. Like, they could replace it if they don't like it pretty easily with any substitute. Yeah. Well,
and you also gotta say, like, for instance, let's use an example of cooler, CPU cooler.
Mm-hmm.
If the M9i is really the standard and it's the cheapest and it's the best price to performance, then it would be responsible of you to say M9i in every video, except for when you need a stock cooler. Like, if that's the cheaper option or something.
Or, yeah, that, and also if you're interchangeable between AMD and Intel. Small stuff like that, yeah.
Right. Like, I'm not saying that you should, but I'm saying it could be, like, one of your justifications could be, guys, this is just the best cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no other cooler worth your money right now.
Yeah.
Anyways. Thanks, guys, for answering. That's awesome. So, majority says...
They say nah. They say nah as in, like, they don't care, I think. They don't do it. Yeah.
It's not a problem to them.
Yeah. Let's see. Threadripper, I don't even follow prices on this, so I don't know if this sale... You would have to resort to the comments for the price history.
And depending on who you ask, you have to pick the right motherboard, or it could destroy your Threadripper CPU.
That's Jay's most recent video, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping this isn't another like Science Studio thing, but I trust Jay enough to think like,
yeah,
he's probably pretty meticulous. You know the other thing? Random thought.
Yeah.
He seemed very much interested in the fact that like he didn't want to damage his thing on purpose. Like some people have argued in the past that Linus seems too flippant with his tech because he has too much of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Jay seemed genuinely concerned that his CPU might have been actually broken.
Yeah, and he's not trying to further break it in the name of science and to make like a video that's entertaining.
In his studio, in the name of science.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, don't mix your modular power supply cords. I'm just saying. That's just random. Don't know how that got there.
Don't mix your what? Oh, power. Yeah.
Your modular power cable.
Yeah. Well, maybe Gamers Nexus could follow up Jay's claim.
Ooh, man, that would be so fire.
I can't believe some of the things they find out and dig into. Like, I think they're, like, not to be a fanboy or anything here, but I think they do some things that, like, no one else does. That's untouchable, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm glad they are a resource for everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they're, like, at this point, they're almost like a standard. Like, they are now our council. The tech council, Steve from Gamers Nexus. And does he have a team?
Who?
Steve?
Yeah. There's more people at Gamers Nexus.
Okay.
Shay Thompson says, when we do our muscles competition, which is still going on, do a Threadripper video where we bust through our shirts. Yeah, we will rip our threads. It'll be the clickbaitiest video because we'll say Threadripper, but Ryzen will not be a part of it.
Oh, that's like got to be one of the best puns I've heard in a while. Because it actually took me a second to get that. I was like, oh, snap. That was good. Threadripper builds.
Yeah.
Built Threadrippers. That would just be the built Threadripper.
That, I mean, if you consider us built at that point, we'll see. We'll see what the audience has to say.
I think it is. I think Danny needs to flex, guys. What do you think?
No, not tonight.
Not tonight. I guess before this. Not tonight. I'm bloated because of the salt. Is $100 okay for a 770?
That's a little high. I'd say 80. 80 to 90 max. 90, cap it off there. Oh gosh, the Danny Flex hashtag. Thanks, Lee.
Danny Flex. Danny Flex. Put it in the comments, dude. If you're watching this after the fact, put it in the comments.
Flakes. Okay, before we jump into build the PC sales, can we talk about Amazon Key for a second? Like, no, I'm thoroughly curious because obviously there are very polarizing opinions on this. I'm open to all of it. I'm not saying I'm gonna buy it or like jump on board like initially, but I think there is uses to it, and a lot of people are just kind of shutting it down instantly just based on headlines of titles and not even thinking it thoroughly as to like the worst case scenario. But to kind of summarize, Amazon Key is the service they're looking into, or I don't know when it would be implemented or how far along they are in developing it, but it would be the courier has Wi-Fi access to your door to open it, poke his head in, drop your package off, and close it and leave. That's about the gist of it. The lock that you would get for it would be electronic and would have a camera, and they would be recording the whole thing. So that's basically the gist of it. So if we talk about pros and cons, obviously, you know, it's a stranger at your doorstep going into your house slightly, right? A lot of people aren't comfortable with that. But the pros is, I think there's a lot of pros, especially for people who aren't home all the time, who have their packages stolen, or who have packages sitting on their doorstep like all day for passerbyers to see what they're buying and maybe scope out their house to possibly rob it, which I think is what happened to me in the past when our house got robbed a couple years ago. So,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Was your door open?
No, Oh, they got through the window. That
Okay.
was unlocked. It was a summer. I think we forgot to lock it, but I mean,
Wow.
you could argue they could have busted the window and got through anyways. Yeah, it's hard to say. They never caught the people, but
That stinks.
a lot of people are just saying like,
Sorry, man.
no, that's fine. A lot of people are saying you're gonna get robbed by your courier, or whoever's delivering your package. Which I don't know how many people apply for jobs to deliver something to rob one house and basically have something on their record their entire lives that they
Right.
do something like that. I mean, that's a crime. Like, I think people have this in their head that everyone is gonna try to rob you if they have access to your house, even though it's part of their job. And
Right.
the point I brought up is that there are other things in life where you have to let someone into your house, while you're not there. The main ones I could think of is like people doing work on your house, because having lived in a house where it was basically owned, having rented from a house, having lived in a rented townhome, having rented from an apartment, I've been in situations where something goes wrong, a contractor has to come in and fix it because you can't do it, and they work the hours that you work. They don't work 4 p.m. to midnight. They work during the day while you're at work. So,
Right.
that was my point anyways. Obviously, I'm also hesitant to let a stranger into my front doorstep or, the front portion of my house. But I don't think it's as bad as everyone is making out to be. But, chat, let me know your opinions. And then Lee, also, I'm curious what your opinion is.
Chat, let us know, and then I'll answer. And to be clear, the idea of unlocking your door with Wi-Fi is not new. Just in case anyone didn't know.
Yeah.
I think most of us are cool with that now.
People do that without Amazon Key. That's just so that you can let family members in when you're out on vacation so they can check in and stuff. That's like a totally common thing. So you can still get hacked regardless. So I think
People
that kind
are already trusting that technology.
And then Wayne is bringing up a good point right there. He said every house should have a mailbox or like a little courier box, like an Amazon, what's it called? Like, they have those Amazon lockers. Have an individual one for your house. And that is a good idea, but I'm not sure how feasible that is because half the times, you know how big Amazon boxes could get depending on what you order. Like, they're not going to fit in there. Like, and I don't know if I want a TV sitting on my front porch for 8 hours a day while I'm gone until I get home to put it inside. I
would say though I would be willing to pay for Amazon if someone really wanted to buy a box that they came and installed and Amazon had their standard for doing it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I agree. I mean, I would as I'm thinking about my future house, I'm thinking of ways of how I could protect my packages already. Like either having a locker or somehow having a slot that they can slide it through and it'll go down to the garage. Something. That's something that's on my mind ever since I've had packages stolen.
You can innovate, man.
Yeah.
And this is probably a team of people where this is the best option in terms of financially, how much we can benefit, how much they can benefit.
Because I've mentioned it, I'm not sure if I mentioned this to you or it was probably through Twitter if you guys have been following me because I got a little heated on it. I got heated at the way that people were discussing it with me, not at the whole situation itself. People I felt like were being condescending and all right, you're crazy, yeah, Elon Musk is also crazy, but he's doing things that are different and innovating and helping. But let's see.
There's such random but creative things going on in chat right now.
Yeah, I know.
I love this. This is so good.
Okay, so chat has given their opinion, Lee. I'm very curious as to what yours is.
Okay, so here's my opinion.
Okay.
All right. I'm not crazily opposed to the idea.
Okay.
But I would definitely fall on the side of the fence that says two things. Number one, if someone is going to break into your house and they really want to, it doesn't matter whether or not you have Amazon Key. They're just going to do it, like Danny mentioned.
That's what I was going to say anyways, yeah.
So, but the slippery slope comes when you start mentioning the fact that when you make it easier for someone to do that, it becomes less of a barrier, which that argument is not unique to this. It's been used a million times. Like I jokingly said history repeats itself, but it really does. Like every so often something happens and it's unique in a certain way, but it's the same in another way. So I fall in the category that I wouldn't personally do it, not because I think it's necessarily stupid, but everyone has to make the decision what their comfort level is, and I'm not comfortable enough to put my own Wi-Fi lock on the house, let alone one that's from a company. But I don't think it's ridiculously unreasonable to do that. I think that makes a ton of sense, especially for those who live in a sketchy neighborhood and I haven't lost packages yet. I think my opinion could be very different if I was losing packages. So that's my answer. I'm more of like a neutral, but leaning towards I'm probably not going to do it myself.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I don't have, like, I'm not leaning towards doing it. I'm sitting in the middle right now, but I would like to see it implemented because, so a lot of people are also saying, why don't you go get it sent to an Amazon locker? You know how they have those sometimes? Or where you pick it up yourself, but they're not considering everybody who orders from Amazon, which some people, especially if you live in the city and your methods of commute are either walking, bus, or biking, like, that's just not a good way to do it. Like, you need things delivered to your house depending on whether it's size or, you know, if a place, like, for size, I guess that would be the biggest one.
Right.
Like, some things won't fit in lockers, and you can't bring it with you on the bus or bike or, you know, walk however many miles it is to go to it. So,
well,
like,
let me bring up one more. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go on. I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. The only thing that I want to mention is that most places, not all of them, I don't know if it's necessarily every place, but for instance, UPS. When you and I bought those SSDs, there were so many back and forth shipping things. I actually could put a stop request into UPS.
Yeah.
And they held it at the facility, and I went and picked it up after work. So they were open late. So technically, if it's really, really a concern and you're willing to drive in order to get to your actual local post office, wherever it is, you can, for free, request that they hold your package for you. And then you solve both issues, which if you're not huge on someone coming in your house, you don't have to worry about it. And if you can't be there for the package, you don't have to worry about it.
That's true. Though, having to go to, like, you know, wherever it is that's holding it, especially because it's usually in the distribution center, not that convenient one that's next to your house. Like, you know, the small UPS store. You got to go to, like, the main hub, which I've had to do that multiple times because I wasn't home for, a monitor delivery, which for me is in downtown Seattle, which is, like, almost an hour round trip. I was just like, oh, my goodness, why am I doing this? Like, you know? So, I've experienced that, which is why I see the value of this. Obviously, they're going to have to be very careful in how they implement it in terms of insurance, background checks, all that good stuff. But, I mean, I don't think it's a crazy idea that's, like, never going to happen or, like, stupid as some people might put it. Like, you know?
Yeah. And it's a lot easier to say those kinds of things on Twitter or something. I think what it comes down to is some of the quick responses we're seeing are people who don't want to think very critically about it.
Yeah.
Whereas the people who are implementing it have thought about it and they're paying people to think about it. So, you know, some ideas are really dumb, but for a company like Amazon, they're not just going to come up with something that's just absolutely not a good idea.
Yeah, I mean,
it would cost them too much.
Yeah, they're like the top for a reason right now, and they're exploring different options, which, you know, whether or not you use it, that's one thing, but, like, to completely shut it down and say no one's going to use it, or, like, if you're using it, you're crazy or stupid, that's another thing. Which is why I was kind of upset in the first place. Because it's like, you're not thinking critically about this, and now you're making these claims and basically, like, bashing everyone else who does. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, another thing, too, is, like, even statistically, 90+% of the people are going to have, like, a satisfaction rate or like a 5-star rating because they're going to be like, this is amazing. Or they might have their things about it too. Like, there could be things that are wrong with the package or who knows.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, safety, statistically, it's not going to be people getting robbed all the time.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. As soon as one robbery happens and it makes the news, they're going to, you know, Amazon's going to, like, what's it called? They're going to change it to make it work. Like, I don't know. Like, because I'm imagining it, the guy, he doesn't even go into your house. He cracks the door open, he puts the package in, he closes it. That's what I'm imagining.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know.
He's not gonna have time to like rummage through your house.
And the camera on the door is gonna see if he's like looking around or if he just literally quickly drops it off and goes. You know,
right.
Like, I don't know.
I had to ask who are the authorized people. This isn't like your USPS doing this, right? Like, is this like a Amazon specific deliverer person?
I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I'm not sure if they have to have like a higher level of, let's say, clearance or a higher level of background check or experience with the company, stuff like that. Like,
okay.
This isn't the, you know how they, for the Amazon One Day, they just get like kind of random people, like almost Uber Eats style. It's not gonna be those guys, I don't think. And also,
that's what I was wondering.
I love how everyone trusts Uber Eats with their food. The guy could be like touching your fries and spitting in your food, but again, does he have any need to? No. Is everyone who enters your house have a need to rob you? Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay, but sorry, that was my rant or soapbox, wherever you want to call it. You know, I just wanted to discuss that and get it off my chest and see what everyone else had to say and kind of be able to say more than what Twitter allows you to say, because I think a lot of people were looking at me in the Twitter and was thinking I'm crazy or something. Like, this guy's going to let someone into his house, a complete stranger. So.
Yeah, no. And that, if anything, it's a good example that just think about it. Don't just, it's going to happen. You're going to get the type of immature people who don't think about things and they just find someone they like and just parrot their opinion instead of taking a chance of, let me think about this for myself.
Yeah. Well, the thing was that I think I saw MKBHD like bash it first, which I was like, oh, come on, man, you're like the biggest tech guy out there.
Top down.
And I feel like you could, like, his studio could benefit from this very, a lot. Like, they probably get stuff all the time, so I don't know.
And the nice thing about businesses is twofold. They get priority in shipping, and they usually have a front person who accepts packages. So maybe it's like, even if he was thinking about his own place, I don't know. And plus, the other thing, one good thing that you would think too, in terms of negative, is like, depending on how accessible your house is, like, so say, because if they could do your garage door, even better.
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So just let them drop it off inside your garage, which is also able to be Wi-Fi controlled.
Right.
Definitely.
Or a shed, even. Like, but that goes back to the lockers thing. Like, how flexible are they going to be with this? Because if they decide to be a little bit more flexible, they could definitely increase the reach. Because people will be like, I have the shed I don't use. Yeah. Just put it there.
I think they have to be. Well, they already do that a little bit, right? Like, you can set notes, not just Amazon, but USPS, FedEx and stuff. You put it behind the porch or, like, in the backyard. So, I mean, yeah, you could definitely implement those with it. So.
There's so many rabbit holes we can go on, but no, that was good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So it's interesting to see where that goes. I just want to, I want it to be successful now, just to, like, all the naysayers and stuff, just to kind of put it in their face, which is a horrible thing. But, all right. Build a PC sales. Actually, let's go to the chat.
Back to the sales people.
Yeah, back to sales and paying attention to the chat.
Let me get on Build PC sales.
Let's see, what's the yeah, so people are saying it comes down to comfort level. I think it should be an option. If you're not comfortable, then don't use it and you're not affected. Let people who use it get their houses robbed, like.
Yeah. I mean, if it's guaranteed 100% they're going to get robbed and someone's like, hey, I'm going to do this, then, like, you might be like, yo, you really don't want to do that. But it's a preference. It can't be, when things are preference level, you got to be, like, more lenient.
Yeah.
We're getting into some deep stuff, man.
But that aside, sorry if it sounded like I lost my cool or like I was getting angry throughout that discussion or anything.
You talking to chat?
No, you and chat. You're both listening to me, so.
Oh, I didn't. It didn't come off to me as anything.
All right. Okay. Build PC sales. Let's go to the new because these are the most recently posted things.
Live pro tips.
Oh, 1050 Ti briefly listed on Amazon. It's gone though.
Oh.
Was that a mistake?
Oh.
Has there been any information about 1070 Ti? I thought Joker...
Oh, the 1070 Ti.
Yeah, sorry. Wait, is that official now? Last I heard, which was from Joker, there's nothing official. So let's look it up.
People have so much, like... There's so much control over this. Like, I always am like, for instance, who was it? Was it Gamers Nexus? No. What WCCF Tech? How they had every leak information from AMD. I'm like, these are controlled. Like, there's no way this is an accident.
Uh-huh.
They're like, hey, all right, so just kind of list it for a second and then unlist it.
Uh-huh. Well, see, here's the thing. It's not confirmed, right? Everything teased. It's pictured. Basically confirms. There's no 100% confirmation. Yeah, here's WCC Tech, like you were talking about, leaked. Nothing from the official guys themselves. So this is very interesting. But now it showed up on Amazon apparently. So
I mean, it's still gonna fit that sweet spot where it's like, do you really want to go with that, or are you gonna spend a couple bucks more, get the 1080?
Yeah,
especially by the time it's out new, there will be 1080s probably for.
Their used 1080s is pretty common at $450 from what I've been seeing these last several weeks. So why not pay a little less to get a 1080? I mean, it's used, but if it's EVGA, then man, it's almost as good as new.
And we don't talk about new stuff quite as much, but like everyone remembers that like when they started pricing these cards, they really put themselves in like an awkward position. So like the gap is so small. What else are they gonna say other than, you know, there's only like $150 difference between the 1080 and the 1070.
Yeah, I don't know what the pros part of the conversation is, and nor have I heard any from anybody who has been talking about this. So, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Man.
Oh yeah, don't forget to. We always forget to remind people about Twitter deals.
Yeah.
Twitter deals. If you guys find any or Craigslist deals that you want to post on Twitter, or just any other deals, be sure to do that, and then we'll take a look at them in a little bit. Yeah.
The GTX 1080 Lite.
Light. I like that name.
That would be like a sick name for a GPU. This is the 1080 Lite Edition. LE. 1080 LE. Dude, that would sell so well.
That sounds like a car now with the LE.
That's true. Limited edition.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. NVIDIA rumor that the 1070 Ti will not have overclocking. So no free performance for you. Even more of a reason to just get a 1080. Sorry.
Lockdown? Wow. Yeah, that would be...
Sorry if you're listening, NVIDIA. There's no way they're listening.
Oh, here you go. There's your B stock one with free shipping, likely no tax, and you get a 1-year warranty.
Wow, and super clocked.
Yeah.
Have you measured the difference between overclocking, like a pre-overclocked GPU versus one that doesn't claim to have any sort of modifications to it?
Say that one more time. Sorry, I was typing to Adrian Salazar.
No worries.
Okay.
I remember back in the day before I knew how to overclock, it made a big difference whether something was super clock, super clock, because I was like, oh, cool, it does it out of the box. I don't have to touch anything. Have you noticed a difference between the performance level of trying to overclock one that doesn't claim to be
more clock
done out of the box versus the ones that are...
Well, everything's technically overclocked out of the box these days, I think.
Right.
Like if you compare it to like the base specs that they release, and then you look at what the board partners like they claim, it's always a little bit higher. Right. I found like with my 1070, because they overclocked out of the box, I am very limited to how much I could overclock even more. So,
So it's a little bit of a gamble, right? Because you can buy the 1080 or the 1070, not for the Win Edition, just blank edition. And it could be that you can get the same performance. They just don't go through all that whole process.
It's not guaranteed. Yeah.
Right.
And it might not be binned for that.
Right, exactly. It's a gamble.
Yeah.
You might get that performance, you might not.
But it's like, it depends on how much 100 or 200 megahertz matters to you in the grand scheme of things. I mean, to me,
exactly.
Overclocking isn't a deal breaker for me. The base performance of the card is what I build to. Overclocking is just a fun thing to do and just like slight benefits.
Right, exactly.
1 second. Girlfriend is home. I gotta talk to her for 1 second. So, can you entertain the chat, please?
Kiss.
Yeah, and gotta give her that kiss too. Kiss cam, off cam.
Kiss cam, off cam. All right, guys. What is up? Welcome to Windows Shop Weekly. Windows Shop Week. Okay, let me explain this to you. Windows Shop Week. What comes after that? Windows Shop Week. Not Danny. Windows Shop Weekly. So, anyways, oh man, I got tons of those. If anyone wants to hear any bad jokes, just let me know. I'm just gonna look at his screen, see what you guys can see. Let me pull this up. In chat, ask anything, any question at all. I will answer it right now, hands down. I don't care how silly the question is. Just ask. Frank's like so cringy. This is cringy on purpose, man. Do I look like I'm cringy? Let's see. I can't change the screen. This is like a sick joke. He's like, hey, I'm gonna put the screen on whatever I want, and you just gotta work with it. Yeah, Windows Shop Week limited edition. How tall is Danny? Oh, he's already back so fast. Did you just get a haircut?
I did.
Oh, it looks clean, man.
Thank you.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes, a hot dog is a sandwich.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Are we going about the split bread classification? Like if it's split bread versus or still connected, or what makes it a sandwich?
That's a good point. But here's the thing, though. It depends on your location, though, because, for instance, some places would consider a burger any sandwich or sandwich, I guess, that has a certain type of bun. And then some places would consider a hamburger a sandwich. So, hey, that's another distinction. Lee, I'm unsubbing. Sorry, Charles from Technical Ways. I'll see you in the next one.
Is a muffin a cake? Yes, a muffin is a cake without... It's a cupcake without frosting, actually, so...
Why are these... Guys, why are these questions so good? Like, I'm actually, like, appalled right now. Like, is cereal a soup? What?
Oh.
That is such a good question.
Oh, man.
This is like those times where you're, like, on Reddit and you're like... I expected to have my brain dead.
This is shower thoughts. Have you been to the shower thoughts subreddits?
Oh, my gosh. Guys, I'm about to learn something new.
Because this is the same thing. Oh, well, sometimes people ask questions, but sometimes people just have realizations. Like Bob's Burgers.
Is this like a mind blown, but like sillier things?
Yeah. Because like Bob's Burgers would also be an appropriate title for SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh my gosh. But they call them patties.
That's true, Krabby Patties.
Myth busted. No,
but
sorry,
what about
that's
this?
The top voted one.
A buttload of underwear is exactly one pair. This is so up your alley with the dad jokes.
Oh my gosh, these are so good. I'm gonna have unlimited material now. Oh man.
Yeah.
I have unsweet muffins, Toasty Bros. I make oatmeal muffins and they're not sweet, and I do not consider them a cake.
That's true. Yeah. It's not a black and white thing. Like most things in life, there's a gray area.
And that gray area is a buttload of underpants.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay.
Oh man. So good.
I'm not gonna have time to PUBG tonight. We're cooking a lot of food, so I gotta help cook with that. So, sorry everyone, and sorry Lee if you were hoping for some PUBG action.
Nah, man, I'm cool. Go. Priorities, guys. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
A little bit underwhelmed by build PC sales. How about you?
Yeah. Except for this 3 terabyte deal. For 54 bucks, I bought the. Oh, these are Seagates though. I bought Hitachi's.
Hitachi. Or HGST.
Yeah, HGST.
Depending on who you ask.
So Seagate, man, I would definitely look into the history of these Constellation drives. They did have a batch of drives that did have really high early failure rates.
I've had 2 to 3 hard drives down me. Every single one of them was a Seagate.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I would like to say it's okay to go used hard drives, which in the most recent video I did, I also said take precautions, and one precaution is doing research as well. Seagate. But if it wasn't a Seagate, if it was a Hitachi, I would recommend it hands down because I have 2 of them in my system. Snicker says these are the enterprise drives, which should last longer because they have longer warranties.
Make good NASs.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's these, but certain 3 terabyte Seagate drives had a 50% fail rate.
Ooh, that's
actually
so high.
All right, Matt from Tech by Matt. You know I love you and respect you, but I gotta say every single hard drive has a 100% fail rate. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah. Maybe he's talking about within the first year.
I'm totally joking. Sorry, guys.
And there was a specific model. I don't know it off the top of my head, but in my hard drive research, it was Seagate. I'm not sure if it was from Backblaze or somewhere else that reported that.
Okay, on the spot question. Rank all of the hard drive vendors that you've used in terms of best to worst. Go.
Hitachi, Toshiba, Western Digital, Seagate. That's just hard drives.
Wow, Toshiba's above Western Digital?
I think, were they the one that just got acquired by them? But beforehand, Toshiba, yeah, was really known for their reliability. And I've had Toshiba drives that lasted a while. But this is all anecdotal based on, like, you know, the handful of drives I've had. That's not enough to say for, like, a whole collection of millions of drives. It's, at the end of the day, it's your own comfort level, right? Which this all plays into.
Yeah. Do you want Amazon to be able to control your hard drive with Wi-Fi? That's the question.
Yeah, that is true. What are the risks? Weigh the pros and cons. Think about it critically. Don't just... Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That was good. Quick on your feet. Quick on your feet, Danny.
Yeah, but I'd say that would be a good... oh, right here, right above it. How did I miss this? 3 terabytes for $60. Why is it downvoted?
HGST.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's up?
Is it a refurb or something?
It's not. I think it got downvoted because people assumed refurbs. But Newegg sells data center pools too.
So it might be a refurb. It might just be a data center pool.
I haven't heard, like... I'm not sure what you would do to refurb a drive. Replace the platter? Or I guess if the head... like was scratching or just wore out, you would replace the head. Yeah, it's hard to tell with this one because they don't say it's data center. But I was explaining to someone, I forgot where, Discord or Twitter. It might be because Newegg doesn't have a classification for it, right? Like they either have new or refurbed. That's all they have, I think. So, and I don't think they and update the description. A lot of people are claiming it is a data center pool, though, from what they've bought in the past, so...
Yeah. And HGST is, it's the standard for... They do all kinds of, like, server drives and stuff for higher-end equipment, so it's kind of like if they were the... you might pay a little more. Like, maybe a used Western Digital will cost you a little less, but you're going to get the quality that comes behind that brand.
Yeah. I bought... quite a few of these ones, both for myself and for other people. No issues over a couple of years, so. But yeah, if you're doing like a NAS or something, like just get these. If you're gonna have redundancy, like these could last you another 7 years, depending on how often you're reading and writing to it and have it on.
It's like C. A lot of times, that's redundancy.
Redundant.
I'm sorry, guys. That's the last one. That's the last one. I just really wanted to throw you off with that one. Also, someone brought up, I think a couple people were talking about SSDs.
Oh.
SSDs for data storage are a little different, and I'm actually going to be making a video about this, but...
Yeah.
But SSDs actually have a lower failure rate, but a higher data loss rate. So if an SSD is sitting without power for too long, bad things can happen. So like if you're gonna plug it in, store something to it, and like put it off to the side. And what I mean by that is you can do that with, you shouldn't do that with, depending on who you ask, with certain hard drives too. But anyways, that could be a whole, that's a Jeff question.
Yeah, that is a Jeff question. I just noticed, I'm not sure if he's been in here and I missed it, or he just popped his head in, his bald, big head. Oh yeah, let Jeff know what you guys thought of the whole bathtub scene in the latest video was. we planned it out so long ago, but it was on my behalf that I pushed the video off for so long, so I apologize to Jeff for making him record that and then not being able to see it for like months.
It's kind of like when someone gets you a birthday present really late. You're like, you want to be kind of like upset about it, but you're like, this is awesome. I forgot about this.
Yeah. Hopefully that's how he felt once the video finally released.
Is a 1070 SC a good deal for 225?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I love how we said that at the same time. Yes.
Could you send me the listing so I could check it out?
Yeah.
I'll buy that right now.
Let's see. I think so. We're do the first couple of pages. Oh, that's new. Let's see what was hot. What was hot? I think it's the same stuff.
Some of it's kind of like these are okay deals, but they're not like.
Yeah. It depends on how much of a like deal hunter you are, right? I think like. Right. I think, like, on average, these are still considered deals. But when you're super like used to low prices or you're willing to wait, then yeah, I would say wait.
Yeah.
Like this 580, look, it got a lot of upvotes, 45, but it's 280 for an RX 580. That is still being influenced by cryptocurrency, but yeah.
I mean, I do gotta say though, the Nitro cards look so sick.
Oh, they do. Yeah, I agree.
And their RGB is like subtle, but it's just enough for you to look at it and go, yeah. That's nice.
Too much.
Yeah, like, oh man. Yeah, it just stinks that like, it's the same thing with RAM, right? You're like, oh, this is a deal. Oh, it hurts.
Yeah. But luckily with RAM is you can get away with 8 gigs, especially if you're only gaming.
Right.
So then it's like, all right, $60. It's like 20 more bucks than what was considered good 6 months ago. But for a graphics card, it's like, oh my goodness, hundreds of dollars more. Yeah. Sometimes you look at percentages. Sometimes you look at just raw amount of dollar difference.
That's my plan. Is depending on the kind of deals that drop. If you guys didn't know, a month from yesterday is Black Friday.
Black Friday.
And then Cyber Monday comes after that. So I don't know if... I think Cyber Monday was more of an extent. It seemed like it was just an extension of Black Friday last year. Like everyone was like, guys, it's still going on. And like Black Friday happened the whole weekend.
Yep. Yeah. It was just the leftover deals from Black Friday. Like, it wasn't anything that much newer from what I saw.
Right. Things are so different now because it's not like online retailers are affected by like... Walmart probably gets insane deals in store. But if you're buying computer components, like there's no reason to go into a store unless there's probably some crazy doorbuster deal or something. I don't know.
Or if you have Micro Center or Fry's, but
right. So like a people, physical location. Yeah. So what do you think? What was your experience last year on Black Friday?
I'm trying to recall back to what I even bought. I think I was underwhelmed because we already had amazing prices on graphics cards and RAM.
Oh,
so like
it's so true.
There wasn't any like Black Friday deals. It was so low that they couldn't give better deals on those specific items. They, Black Friday deals, a lot of them were like TVs or higher end stuff that were too high to begin with. So then they were kind of cut down. But yeah, there is like a price floor to some components. It's not going to go lower no matter what. Like,
right. Which is kind of like, for instance, like ideally for me, Black Friday would be those Ryzen motherboard CPU combo deals.
And that I definitely expect to drop. So I think you're gonna pick one up.
Oh man, because that CPU combo, like that 260 for the 1600X and an X370 motherboard was like, what? It was so hard for me not to pull the trigger right there. But I'm thinking like, if it goes down even by $20 by Black Friday, it would totally be worth the wait.
Yep.
So that's what I'm hoping for. Same thing with, man, who knows with RAM? I'm imagining just going with 8 GB.
Yeah. Keep an eye out for used too. Hardware swap. Sometimes deals pop up. I actually just got some recently for 45. Not the best deal, but 45 is way better than 65 to 70, which is what it's creeped up to. Yeah, keep an eye on that and eBay too, because sometimes people just list it really quick with buy it now for a decent price, like 40, 45. Not $30 like last year, but still way better than anything else you can get new.
Yeah, good point. Chat, let me know what graphics card to get on Black Friday.
750.
Let me know, chat.
1070 Ti.
1070 Ti Black Friday.
Yeah.
For $270. Danny's gonna have it. Everyone knows Danny's gonna have a Craigslist pickup. He's like, guys, I just got a 1080 Ti for $50 and a signature. Oh, an RX 56. I'm down with that. GTX RX 56.
All right, we don't have any Twitter deals, so I probably gotta go in about 10 minutes. So no Twitter deals. Want to just hang out and chat and talk, unless you wanted to do a certain activity, Lee.
That just sounds.
Yeah, that sounds like there's something already like planned or like an inside joke, but there's not. I'm just saying like I didn't word it in the best way. If you wanted to do anything else, let me know.
Hey, let's use this time as an opportunity to explain kind of video pipeline, what you have planned, maybe what our viewers can expect from us.
Oh man, okay, you want to go first?
I feel like I should, just because it would be boring to end on me.
Oh no, that wouldn't be the reason why, but just because I think people are more, they want to hear from you more because of the lack of videos.
because you don't ever upload. Okay, I'll go. But also, you know my reason for why I want to go first. Just putting it out there. So, I've been recording, like I've mentioned a couple times on Twitter. I've just been recording a ton and not editing as much, because sometimes it's easier to record something as you need to get it done than it takes to dedicate time to just edit. So I have by now I have 8+ videos, maybe even 9 videos recorded. So for a good while, I'll be able to dedicate free time when I have it to just editing a ton. I have one video coming out though this week.
Yes.
I'm wondering if I should spoil what it is.
What day? We kind of spoiled it a little bit earlier, maybe, but.
Oh yeah, you're right. I did spoil it a little bit. But so I'll let you guys in the comments guess what that is. But it's probably, I would love to do it sooner, but it's probably not going to be out until like Saturday, Sunday. And it's only just because I don't have the time this week specifically to dedicate to editing it. But I will have it edited by this weekend at the latest.
Okay.
But hopefully, who knows? Maybe even, what's today? Wednesday? Yeah, it's gonna have to wait. But anyways, so I have that. I have those product reviews that I've been needing to edit as well. I recorded them right before we had our baby, so I've sent emails to those companies to let them know that those videos are coming out, and they were very understanding, so I was thankful.
Okay.
I also have a NAS video coming out after Black Friday.
Yeah. Wait, have you started procuring things for that already?
Yes. So the only thing that might happen is I'll have everything but the final hard drives I want to use, just because I want a good amount, but I also want it at a good price. And I don't want to buy them right now because Black Friday is coming up. So I don't want to take any money that would be for Black Friday and use that on hard drives. Yeah.
Because that's kind of boring. It's like, hard drives, backup, come on. Who wants to spend money on that? We just kind of have to.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But the concepts will remain the same, and also you and I like doing educational content, so I'll have a good opportunity to explain my decision.
Yeah.
Other than that, as you can see behind me, my video coming out more recent, like before Black Friday, is going to be me parting out my system and then selling all of my tech. I'm selling all of it. I'm getting rid of every single bit of it that I'm not using.
Yeah.
So if anyone
That's a lot of stuff, man. I just seeing those builds, like once you break it down to the components, that's a lot of stuff.
So I'm excited. But anyways, that's enough for me. Those are my videos. They'll be coming out. Thank you guys for your support and for continuing to wait and be excited about my videos. I always have a very quick influx of my core subs, and that means way more than the total number that anyone sees. So, Danny, what you got for us?
On my end, it's like the exact opposite. I think I'm gonna start slowing down on uploads, but in a different kind of way. Like, I don't think I won't upload a video, but I'll just space them out. Like, the next video is supposed to be like a system, like a full system video, but I can't finish it in time. Like, work's got hectic, and then real life stuff. I haven't even started editing it, but because it's a full like build, I can do a guess of specs. So like this weekend, I've already decided like I'm doing a guess of specs. It's not like a full video, but it's something to like, you know, so that people won't forget about me. So, and any opportunity I can do that, to give myself more time from like constantly uploading videos, I'm gonna do that now. So, so I do have like systems, like multiple systems actually coming up. There's one right here you can kind of see. This isn't the one that I showed last week. I already gave that one to my stepdad. This is my friend's build that's been sitting for about a year and a half. It was in the videos like when I gave my first room tour. It was sitting there. I haven't touched it since. But I'm finally like gonna get ready to make a video on it, to upgrade it for him. So there's that, and then some secret stuff I can't talk about.
Ooh, goody. Love secrets.
What else? That's all I can think of for now, but that's a few videos in the pipeline. I'm tired, man. Like, I think it's caught up to me. Like, I know one video a week is not much compared to a lot of people, but it just depends on what else you have going on and your own rate and how you work on videos, right? Like,
yeah,
I spend way too much time editing. I realize that, but that's the way I like doing it, to catch all my mistakes, to get the timing just right, to get all the little effects, pop-ups, you know, all that stuff. It takes time.
Yeah, and that's part of the fun of it too, right? It's not just recording it. Like, it's almost like it would be terrible because we like recording it and editing it, but editing is part of like the art to it. So it's like, if we just always had footage, which is what I'm excited about. I have a lot of footage. I don't have to film anymore. Like, I'm going to keep doing it, but that's like the fun part.
Yeah, because like, I mean, and this is not to say like whoever gets an editor, it's not their video anymore, but like when someone edits your video, like I know with you still go back and forth and you get to touch it and stuff too, right? But some of these guys out there, like their editors, they don't touch. Like Linus, he doesn't edit videos. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's in the hand of the editor. Like, I like being able to have full control over both aspects, recording, preparing, because I don't think he even scripts. Like, someone else writes the scripts for him too. So
Linus?
Like, yeah, he is the host now. He you know.
Wow.
So
I think he scripts some of them. I would say the ones he's interested in, he probably scripts.
He probably does. But like, where was I going with this? But yeah, especially since we can't even pay for people to do that, so that's another story.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did think about, so I haven't had someone edit my videos in a while now, which there's only a couple of them. So
yeah.
But I found that the happy medium is like, you don't even have to be like an amazing editor. If you want to be an editor, that's fine. Here's an example of one of my videos. Replicate this, right?
Yeah.
Do it 1-to-1, like just to see how much effort. And if you're still interested, then good luck.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like what you're saying. Even then, they'll be able to replicate one video you did, but every video is different because you're making decisions on the fly that are just who you are.
Like with the latest video, the little Family Guy scene where Ofa is about to give me a prostate exam, would an editor have ever thought to do that? Or would I have to give him that idea? Or would I have even given him that idea had I not been sitting in front of the computer editing and it just came into my mind randomly, you know? Stuff like that.
Right.
So
yeah, exactly. If I could, so someone asked, what if you could afford an editor? I think what we're making the case that it wouldn't be worth it because part of the fun is the editing.
Yeah.
But I think, in all honesty, for me right now, given my situation, if for some reason it were lucrative for me, it would be a lot easier to record something and throw all my footage at someone and have them come up with something if I had that trust in them.
Yeah.
Than it would be for me to edit, because you can't have both the pickiness and the amount of time you want to put into it.
Yeah.
And balance out with a busy life. Like you need to have both. You need to have both working together, which is you have enough free time to do it. Mm-hmm. Because then the other option, which is what you see, which props to you, Danny, you don't do this, but some people will say, you know what, I know I need to post more often, so I just want you guys to know that these videos are going to be less quality. And so they'll throw up stuff that's like half edited. And you and I have both committed, like, we'd much rather have a good edited video that's maybe a little shorter or on short notice than to have like a half edited video more frequently.
Yeah. Plus, like, once you release it, you can't take it back. So, like, I would never want something I put effort into to, like, be out there and, like, great. I wish I would have spent more time on it, because it, you know, it's going to be there for the rest of the time. Right. Though, like, with Guess the Specs, like, that's not a highly edited video. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm still going to do it to the same extent that I do. Like, still going to have A-roll, which, God, I still suck at. As well as, you know, I got to do the benchmarks and stuff like that. And, but, yeah.
Well, if you decide to throw some flair in it, you have to make the thumbnail. There's a lot you do put into it.
It's like, oh, man, thumbnails, descriptions, setting up the timer so that it releases when you... Because it releases when I'm asleep. Like, a lot of things add up that I think you forget about until you're actually doing it, and you're like, holy crap, where did my time just go?
I'm sorry to do this, but I do have to bring up, people have said that it sounds like whining when you complain about the intricacies of putting up a video.
Oh yeah.
I made a video, for those of you who don't know, describing how tough the process is, not as a means of whining, but really it's just a way of saying, hey, I don't know if you know this, but this really isn't that easy. So just want to emphasize that again, like, not emphasize that it's not easy. You guys get that. We've been talking about that for the last 10 minutes. But it's not whining when we bring things up like that. We're trying to let you guys see our thought process so that if you're a fan, it maybe helps you to realize how much we care about it.
Yeah.
Not like, don't dislike any of my videos. Like, no, if you don't like it, dislike it. Like, put your comment, because we will read it and learn from it. We don't want you to baby us. We're just saying it's not easy. So anyway, sorry, had to get that off my chest.
Oh no, thanks for saying that, because I totally forgot that we probably do sound like we're whining.
Well, I've had so many comments saying, like, stop whining, like, stop being a crybaby. If you can't deal with the heat, get out of the kitchen.
And it's like, well, I'm like, we're doing this for fun, but even though I do this for fun, part-time, as a hobby, I think I define myself as, like, a content creator and as Nerd on a Budget, like, way higher than I do other things. Like, you know?
Right.
Like, I take pride in it, and it defines who I am now by this point. Like,
right.
Yeah, I'm in, so.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. You're in too, Lee, whether you realize it or not.
I know, but if we had to say, like, I would totally... If you were just to be like, guys, I'm quitting my job, I need to do this full time, I'd 100% be on board with that. Versus if I was like, guys, I know I've been, like, posting a video a month, but I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to do this full time. I'd be much more skeptical of backing that person.
Yeah, I think a lot more would depend on a lot more than that, because we know that if you were to make that decision, it would have been long thought out, because based on what you know, the situation you're in right now, you didn't just get there by making horrible decisions in your life. You know,
right.
You don't have, like, a steady, stable career with a family and a house by just making dumb decisions. So, yeah.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, bro. All right, guys, I guess now is a good time to announce that I am quitting my job.
Let's see.
Everyone, ask your questions. Hurry ask.
Yeah, so we are ending at 7, so 5 more minutes. Thank you for whoever has stayed this long. Sorry there's going to be no PUBG or gaming. But, yeah. This was good. I hope people enjoyed this, like, kind of random topics like this. aside from the
I
deals.
feel like we covered a lot too. Like it's shaping up to be a well-rounded episode for sure. And an episode where I've interrupted you more than anything. And now I'm going to spam the comments with all of my different YouTube accounts just talking about how annoying it was when I interrupted you.
I think we are more self-aware than we need to be regarding that. Like, you know, when you make one mistake, it always seems like, oh my goodness, that's the biggest mistake, and everyone notices. But it's very, it's not as bad. Like, I don't feel like you ever interrupt me, so.
And when you listen back, you're just like, oh, it wasn't as bad as I remembered it.
Yeah, and if you do, I think it's fine. Like, you know, it's not like the worst thing in the world.
Oh man, JD asks, speed question, dream build right now. That's a good question.
Dream build? Man, I don't look at the high end parts enough to, like, make a good dream. I'll be like, Threadripper, dual 1080 Ti's, 64 gigabytes of RAM, X370.
Danny, you can't ask Danny dream build. You have to ask Danny dream price for the build.
Oh yeah, dream price. Well,
dream price of performance. Yeah, because we're so used to thinking in a practical way, it's weird to think impractical because we go, "Oh, that's so expensive."
Have you ever I haven't sat out and like made a dream build, like on PC Part Pick or anything, so I can't, you know.
I mean, what's the balance between dream build and what are the best parts that you'd like to have? You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. It's like whatever's the best in the market. So like having technically, like a Threadripper build with dual 1080 Ti's or Vega 64, depending on your flavor. You know, like whatever. But I would say that I'm hoping to build my practical dream.
The Ryzen 5 1600X?
Yeah, well, minus the X even, if it's a better deal.
1600? Yeah.
Yeah, with, I mean, my dream build would be the RX Vega 56, even though the 1070 is probably, you know, better in a lot of ways. I still like just feel like going Team Red because of the victory they've been having.
Yeah.
So.
And it's like you
not
have
loyalty,
something
not
that's
brand
a little
loyalty,
rare.
if anyone's wondering.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
It'd be cool to have it just because like not many people have it.
I know, right?
There's like that aspect of it. And that's kind of like an E-peen type thing, or like, oh, I have this thing. But
check
I mean,
yeah, 480 rads on a i9 with a 1080 Ti SLI. Oh yeah, so that's actually a good thing. So on top of dream build, you can answer this too. I would say for me, aesthetically, I think I have the case that I'd want now, but well, I'd prefer a cube case because Danny's changed me and it literally ruins my case buying experience because I go like, this isn't a cube. I don't know if I consider it. I'm like, wait, what am I talking about? But I would prefer a hardline water cooling loop actually, if I didn't ever have to do maintenance on it, because this is a dream build. It doesn't have to be realistic.
Oh man, that would be cool. And then like, would you also vertically mount your graphics card so that with a bracket so it shows the fans instead of always facing down?
New.
That's
no,
like,
because with the full loop, I would want a full loop.
Oh yeah,
full hardline.
Full loop. Duh, what am I saying? Yeah.
No, but you're right. That's like the new thing is using the extenders, the expansion.
Which is interesting because I used to have that cuboid case, and that's how it mounts because the motherboard was flat. So I was like, I never thought too much about it like that, but apparently it's a very popular thing that people like.
It's true. I didn't even think about that. All right, dream build.
I would stick with like 1800X with 1080 Ti, because you could build that for like $1,200-$1,300 I think. So I'm being realistic here. 32 gigs of RAM.
It's so funny because it's not like they're like super expensive. It's just like we wouldn't spend that.
My dream build is attainable, you know. So.
With your YouTube millions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my answer.
That's a good answer.
Sorry, it's lame.
Question,
sorry, it's lame, guys, and it's not like some crazy $10,000, $50,000 build. But.
Oh, well, you gotta also think too, power consumption. Yeah, you get a build for free, and if it's gonna cost you a ton of money just to run the system. Like if you do one of these Linus Tech Tips builds that are like 7 gamers, 1 CPU.
Yeah.
Or, you know. Because then you're past the whole 450 watt power supply thing. Like you're not gonna want to try that.
You're into like at least 500 watt territory, at least.
Yeah, for Gladiator, it was pulling a lot of wattage, especially when it was at full load.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we should wrap it up here. Thanks for being very interactive in chat tonight, everyone. That was awesome. No matter what topic we talked about, everyone was on board and pitching in and stuff. That was really good. From Dios to Amazon key rants to YouTube whining / real talk to yeah, to everything. Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Agreed, man. That was awesome. And let us know your dream builds in the comments.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely interested to see what everyone's thinking of. And if you guys comment on these Windows Shop Weeklies, because it's not as viewed after the fact and there's not as many comments, I think me and Lee usually hit up like most of the comments. They usually get responded to. So
some of the deepest comments happen after these videos.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one comment where we got constructive feedback, that was really good. So.
He gave us like a page worth, like a legit page worth of content, and it was like we took the whole time to read it, we analyzed it, we talked about it with each other.
We responded in paragraphs back. It was like, it wasn't just a one-liner YouTube response. Like, I took time. I didn't do it on my phone. I did it on my keyboard, man. Like,
that's interesting to think about. Is like, that's how serious, for you guys who are wondering, that's how serious we take some of these. Like, we talked about it, we read it, we responded individually. Like, it was a big ordeal.
Yeah.
We'll come back in. Window whining weekly.
Yeah, I just saw that. That's, yeah. We always gotta do that now.
All right.
Is that it?
Is that everything?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So everything we just said. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, and in case you didn't know, I'm Lee from CompTV.
Burn.